Hello everybody, welcome to Thrifty's Waffle and Watches. Welcome to all the new subscribers, lovely to have you along. Those of you who are returning, this is the Speedmaster Automatic, and because I don't have a spinny disky thing, we're going to do this by hand. Anyway, let's delve into this because we will satisfy a few things. Right, first things first. Case diameter on this. Some people say 38, some people say 39. I'm going to tell you that it's 38.9, so 39. Okay, that is from this bit here to this bit on the case here. We have a lug width of 18.2, or 18 for want of better words. We have a lug to lug of 44.2. Thickness 12.4. Now, bracelet goes from the top here at 17.7, tapers down to the buckle bit at 16, comes up at this buckle at 17.7, and then obviously does all the way back. You have pressed upper and lower on this bracelet because this is the genuine bracelet. This was lovingly taken apart and restored, basically at our local jewelers, which we've known for, which I've known the owner for what, 30 years now, and cracking place to go. And we found, well, you saw this, didn't you, Mrs. Thrifty, when we were picking up your Tudor, weren't we? Yeah. And you kind of like, well, I've never really heard you make that sort of noise before, really. I've not even been able to make you make that noise, have I? When you first saw it. She was like, oh, it was great. Absolutely. Now, this has been lovingly taken apart and restored, and we will go into what's happened, basically. Now, the movement in this, you will notice that the second hand in this comes onto the right on this movement. It ticks away. On the actual Speedmaster, it's on the left because it uses a totally different movement. This uses an ETA base and with a Dubois-Dupré module sat on the top of that automatic movement. That is why you will notice that the pushers and the crown sit differently. So the crown is linked to the movement, which is on the bottom. The pushers relate to where the module is, which is basically sandwiched on the top. That's how you can tell the difference. Other than the fact it's also slightly, smaller. Some people call it the Reduced. I like to call it the Speedmaster Automatic because, well, it is. I know Omega refer to it as the Automatic, but hey, there we go. Right, so what has been done to this? Well, it has been stripped apart. Movement's been done. New Hesselite. Everything's been refurbished, case-wise, strap-wise, buckle-wise, and we'll go into that in a minute. But what has been left and what has been kept? Well, if we zoom in, you'll see on the dial here, everything is printed. We've got printed batons, printed numbers, printed Omega logo, name, Speedmaster and Automatic. Hands have been nicely and tastefully redone, and they are crackingly loomed. Won't do a loom shot. You've probably seen millions of those loom shots. This is the Speedmaster Automatic that has the 5 to 60 numbers on the batons here. There are some versions which don't have them. I prefer it with the numbers. It's just my preference. I just actually like the way that it is, if I'm honest. The actual bezel insert itself was not replaced. It was kept to retain the character of the watch, and so it should. It is a vintage watch. Although some parts of it had to be, properly restored and put, back into some degree of niceness, I suppose. There are elements to this watch which were kept. Obviously, there's dings to the bezel, there's scratches, slight delamination on the tacho. And I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely 100% okay with that, purely because it's a vintage watch. It has to maintain its originality. It has a new Hesalite crystal, and as you will see, a genuine Omega Hesalite crystal. And beautifully, if you're the person that put this together at said jewelers, which I thank you for, it's actually put up the right way, believe it or not. I've come across many Omegas that have had crystals replaced, and when they're circular, they're upside down, or they're not the right way around like this. So, inside the dial, we have the sub dials. So we've got constant seconds at 3, 12-hour chrono marker at 6, 30-minute marker at 9, seconds marker at the top. All 3 sub dials, as you will see, are recessed. See that? And it is cracking. A beautiful, absolutely gorgeous matte dial. Really love it. Now if we zoom out, the usual clicker on the top. Top one to go, clonk, to start. Same thing to stop. Bottom one to reset, as you'll see. Case wise, what have we got? Okay, so we have the usual gorgeous Omega Lyre lugs. We have what is basically a circular brush along the top part of the lugs, which goes around the top part of the case. Then sandwiched in between that, there is a very high polished section here. Okay. Which is mirrored on this side. And it breaks up the brushing on this case so beautifully well. And then you have a longitudinal on the edge. Okay. All right. Oh, look. Nearly see me. Hey! If you want to see me, 1,000 followers. Anyway. Bracelet wise, we have brushing on the outers. We've got a high polished little tiny one separating the main polished sections in the middle. All lovely put together. Okay. With a nice little bit of flex to avoid pinching hairs. Actually, even though the center parts of these are solid and there's not an awful lot of gappage in there, it does actually vent the heat on my wrist very well. We have an Omega logo and the Speedmaster name etched into this clasp. Pressed upper and lower. Some would say, does that make it original? Yes, it does, because it is original. There it is. Da, 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 da. And it literally is just a friction fit. And because it's been lovingly restored and put back together, it goes together with a nice snap. Now, on a 17cm wrist, mine, not Mrs. Thrifty's, am I likely to get it back?
Well, you can try it now.
Oh, really? So that's what it looks like on my wrist. Okay, now I've got a 17cm wrist, and I'm tastefully coordinated, Mrs. Thrifty, with a grey jumper. But isn't it gorgeous? I just love it. And it just fits so beautifully. Because of the case profile, look, if you look at the down the barrel shot, look, and because of the sort of size and shape of my wrist, it actually fits nicely. The actual big Speedmaster, it would just overhang and just wouldn't look nice. What are you hovering over my shoulder for? She says. He says, with her thrusting her arm over my shoulder. No, we can't do it that way. We're not geared up for that. We're not professionally set up. Right, okay. On Mrs. Thrifty's wrist.
Oh, 17.5.
You're a 17.5.
Yeah, my wrist, yeah.
Shall we zoom out just a tad?
Oh.
There we go. Bring your arm forward.
It looks big on mine now, doesn't it?
Well, this is the thing, you see. Wrists are individual. Now, if you look at down the wrist shot on yours, right? due to the shape of your wrist, it's not quite conforming. But that doesn't matter. It's if you like it. See? So on your wrist, let's see.
It's lovely.
It's nice, isn't it?
Mm,
Gorgeous.
lovely.
And that's why this one makes such a perfect sort of unisex style.
There you go.
Yeah. Get the smile off your face. It's mine. But I saw it. Yeah, I know. It would look cracking on a NATO, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. It would look cracking on a leather, but I like it on the strap, and it doesn't weigh an awful lot on the strap. Not going to weigh it because I can't, because we have recently moved, as you will probably see from the setup here. We have a nice shiny thing, but unfortunately I can't find the scales, which is a bit annoying because I cook, so everything's kind of like eyeball. Yeah, that'll do. Anyway, so there you go. There you have it. An Omega Speedmaster automatic, or as they say, reduced. Oh yes, pressed back. Do not worry if you see it with the pressed back. That's normal. That's standard. They came with a pressed back. Not an awful lot of water rating either. You can manually wind these as well. It's just gorgeous. And one, he says, of his grail watches. So everybody, I present to you Thrifty's first grail watch. The other grail watch is an original PRX. However, don't tell Mrs. Thrifty this, but I went to the paddle auctions, raised my hand and found one. Yep, I found an original Tissot Seamaster, yeah, you know what I mean? Or Tissot Sea Star, should I say. Keep watching this channel. Right, so yeah, there we have it. Headlight glass, gorgeous bit of kit. Do enjoy, do subscribe, do like, do share. Not a problem with that at all. Thank you for being into this for the whole 12 minutes of a fantastic vintage bit of kit. Like, subscribe, share, stay with me. Thank you for those of you returning. Thank you for all you new ones. Love you all. Let's make this place grow, shall we? So yeah, what more can I say? Any questions, bung them down below. I'll do my best to answer them. Until then, enjoy, have fun, bye.